Welcome back to Sports Fans Only. I'm your host, KJ, back for the first time in a long time, and I'm so happy to be back, you guys. Maybe wondering why I'm shaking LeBron James' big head back and forth. Oh, supposed to be like this. That is the face of, I made it to the playoffs. Bleh, bleh, I'm back in the playoffs. Bleh. And I'm doing all this just to try to make you laugh, for one, but two, I'm doing this because so many people wrote them off. They were 2-10 to start the season. Now they are 42-39, guaranteed to have an above 500 average for the season, which is a miracle, seeing that most of the year they were pretty terrible, especially when they had Russell Westbrook. And not only that, LeBron James was gone for 20 plus games, maybe even 30 games this season. Big props to Anthony Davis, who's held the ship down since LeBron has been gone, playing at an MVP level. He's averaging 26 points, 12 rebounds, I think it's 4 assists, being the dominant man that the Lakers paid to get all that money and trade away all their assets. So it seems at this part of the season that the Lakers are finally kind of rounding into shape. Now they have a totally different lineup since they got rid of Russell Westbrook. I'm about to go down their little lineup real quick. They got Jared Vanderbilt, a very good role player, come off the bench type of guy. Of course, they have DeAndre Russell now. Austin Reeves plays a huge part in the offense now. His last game against Phoenix, he had 22 points. He had a 30 point plus game about a week and a half ago. Hachimura came from the Washington Wizards, showing my age. For you young kids out there, the Washington Wizards used to be called the Washington Bullets. And because there was so much drug activity and gang violence in Washington, they decided to change that to the Washington Wizards. But I actually like the Washington Bullets a lot better. But anyway, T. Brown Jr., I have no idea what his name, Troy Brown Jr., another good addition to the team. Beasley, the shooting guard, Malik Beasley, he's been a monster. He scored 21 points against the Phoenix Suns the other day. And what is this, Lonnie Walker the fifth, I think that is. He used to play with the Spurs, if I'm not mistaken. He's been a great piece off the bench. So I say all this to say, and they also got Dennis Schroeder back. I say all this to say the Lakers are back, baby. You heard it here first. KJ predicts that they will make it to the NBA Finals. Nobody else is saying they'll make it to the NBA Finals. I'm saying they're going to make it to the NBA Finals. Not saying they're going to win it, but I am saying that they're going to make it there. And that is because of King James, and also partly because of Anthony Davis. I'd say more so Anthony Davis, because on any given night, Anthony Davis can be an absolute beast. He only had 14 points against Phoenix, but he put in 21 rebounds, 4 assists, a few block shots. Now, I don't know if you guys know, Joel Embiid just won the scoring title. About to put that up there on the screen. He ended the season averaging 33 points a game. Luka Doncic came in right behind him at 32 points a game. Who is the better center? I would like some comments down there at the bottom, please. Who's the better center? Is it Anthony Davis or Joel Embiid? If Anthony Davis is completely healthy, is Anthony Davis a better center than Joel Embiid? That's a hard question. As I asked you this question, I'm sitting here contemplating myself, who is better? I can't really call. They both have a three-point shot. Both great defenders. When they're healthy, they got every post move in the book. They can shoot the little mid-range jump shot. As I said, three-point shot. Great defensive player, great rebounders. I would have to say those two are probably the closest in talent of any two centers that played in the league at the same time of all time. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I'm trying to think. When David Robinson played, let's say you had Akeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, I think it was a consensus that Akeem Olajuwon in that era was the best center. Even going back, I think Kareem was always considered the best center when he played. Before Kareem, it was Wilt when it came to talent. So usually there's that one center, and then of course Shaq came along after Olajuwon and all them, and he was hands down the best center. This is the first time that I can think of, and correct me if I'm wrong, in the history of basketball, where you had two all-time great talents who have pretty much lived up to their potential. I'm not sure if anybody thought Anthony Davis was going to be as beastly as he was, but everybody thought Joel Embiid would. It was just all about his health. So I'm asking you guys out there in YouTube land, who is the better center, Joel Embiid or Anthony Davis? I want to play this little clip real quick. This is from Kevin Garnett, and I'll let you hear what he has to say when it comes to just Anthony Davis. He's not speaking on Joel Embiid. If you remember a few weeks ago when LeBron went down, Kevin Garnett basically said, "Hey, boy, it's your team. Let's see what you're gonna do. Let's see if you were worth all the trouble getting here, all the assets we lost, all the money we gave up. Let's see if you're really, really worth it." And in my opinion, he stepped up to the plate big time. But let's hear what Kevin Garnett's got to say.
These next 2 weeks, I'm watching Anthony Davis and how he seeing if he can actually lead the Lakers without Bron. Because if he can't, dog, it's going to be like, okay, what we doing here?
I want to go ahead and give big fella his flowers. Anthony Davis, if you can hear this, bro, man, this is what I'm talking about. How you're playing right now, second and third effort, offensive rebound, and being a fucking beast, being a dominant big man. This is how I wanted you to start the year. If you to start the year like this, we've been talking about Anthony Davis in the MVP race. This is how you got to start the year, bro. I get it, bro. You killing it, man. I want to give you your flowers. Keep going. Don't fucking stop. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Real shit, because, man, he killing. And ain't nobody talking about it. When he was playing like shit, we was dogging him. I think it's important to keep that, that balance there and keep that same energy when he killing. So keep going, big fella. That's what I'm talking about, bro. You killing it the second half. You and Drew Holiday are my MVPs of the second half, yo, real shit.
And because of that, they gonna be more dangerous in the playoffs.
The NBA better watch out. This summer, the Lakers will be in the NBA Finals. I'm not really too sure of a team that can stop them in the East. The Bucks is the only team because they have that X factor in Giannis. But I go as far as to say that the Lakers have Anthony Davis. There's nobody on the Bucks who can stop Anthony Davis, and vice versa. Nobody on the Lakers that can stop Giannis. So I think that's going to be the finals. Let me know what you guys think. Leave down there in the comments. And with that said, we're going to move on. There's a bunch of basketball stuff. Oh, Lakers just acquired Tristan Thompson. Just acquired him. And it looks like he'll be there for the rest of the season. Definitely going to help out with the defense. Definitely going to help out with the overall being able to match up with people. If you remember, Tristan Thompson, when they played all those NBA championships against the Golden State Warriors, he was that guy that they could put on a bunch of different players. So now you got Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Tristan Thompson, the Hachimura dude. I don't even know how to say his name. Hachimura? Whatever, you know who I'm talking about. You got him now, a bunch of long, athletic bigs that can guard multiple positions. That's going to create havoc for a lot of teams in the playoffs. And let's see what he can bring to the table. There's a bunch of different... Now, it looks like the Dallas Mavericks are about to get in trouble for sitting out all their key players. NBA just launched an investigation after Dallas lost to the Chicago Bulls. Excuse me. After Dallas lost to the Chicago Bulls 115-112. The NBA commenced an investigation today into the facts and circumstances surrounding the Dallas Mavericks roster decisions and game conduct with respect to last night's Chicago Bulls versus Mavericks game, including the motivations behind those actions. Now, I'll say this. I don't get out to get to too many NBA games. Hopefully, in the next year or two, me and the SFO fellows will be going there a lot more. But I would be highly pissed if I went to one of these games and Kyrie Irving, if I went to that game, no Kyrie Irving, no Tim Hardaway Jr., no Luka Doncic, no, what's his name? Jeff Green? Is that his name? Josh Green, I'm sorry. No Maxi Kleber, no Christian Wood. I mean, you basically threw out a Sweet 16 college basketball team. That's basically what you did. And I'm not really sure why they did that. And I'm pretty sure the NBA is wondering the same thing. It marks the first time in 43 years that all the NBA's Texas teams have missed the playoffs. Isn't that crazy? Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio Spurs have all been eliminated from the playoffs, which is completely insane to me. Just reading that makes me really realize that the power shift in the NBA has left the state of Texas. Over the last 20 years, there was always a good team in Texas, always. And it looks like that's no longer the case. Zion Williamson. Did you know he only played 29 games this year? That is crazy. This dude has barely played a full NBA season in the last 3 years. Last 2.5 years, I'm sorry. Even so, the Pelicans are 41-39, and looks like they're going to make the Western Conference play-in tournament. Let's see what they do there. They're still not sure if Zion's going to play. I tell you what, just for their market's sake, they play in a small market already. You can't have your big man, your big franchise player, not playing these important games. They do realize he is going to be gone. He will be gone at the end of this year. Well, when is his rookie contract? 1 more year. He's not staying there. By all accounts, he had a hamstring issue, but it doesn't hurt anymore. But they're just trying to, they don't want to damage it more. But I say he's going to leave you guys anyway. So you might as well get what you can get out of him. There's no scenario where Zion Williams stays in New Orleans. I hate to break it to any Pelicans fans. He is as good as gone, and he will be gone after next year. They're probably going to trade him, see what they can get for him, but there's only one Zion. Now, they still have Brandon Ingram, and they have some good players down there. But if they had Zion, they'd be a great team. I just don't think he plans on staying there. I don't think he likes the way they handle him when he gets hurt, which I don't understand what he has a problem with. He's still getting paid. His body type is not the type of body type that you take chances with. He's a big, huge dude that isn't really, his body isn't meant to deal with all that weight that he has on. So he needs to get a nutritionist. He needs to take all the millions of dollars, do what LeBron does, maybe not spend $1 million a year, but he needs to spend at least $750,000. That boy be having a belly every other week. Belly be dead and the belly be gone. Belly be dead and the belly be gone. He needs to do something about that because your body can't handle that quick weight gain, and you lose it, and you gain it right back. Not good for your joints. So I'm wishing and hoping that Zion plays, but if he doesn't, there's going to be a lot of boos in that arena. Moving along, Michael Jordan, his $15 million mansion was broken into by an 18-year-old. Highland Park Police Department arrested and charged one Raiden. Such a dope man. That's a dope name. Raiden K. Hagedorn. That sounds like something straight out of a comic book. They received a burglary call from the neighbors, and he was just found in there chilling in the house, chilling in MJ's house. Just for people who don't know, the mansion has an impressive 9 bedrooms, 19 baths, an infinity pool, a tennis court, and of course, a cigar room and an indoor basketball court. MJ hasn't lived there since 2012. Originally, and that's when he put it up for sale. Originally, the mansion was listed for $29 million. It is now listed at $14.8 million, but nobody wants to buy it. If I had money, I would most certainly want to buy Michael Jordan's house. Why isn't anybody, even people who have crazy, enormous amounts of money, why do they not want to buy his house? I mean, 11 years it's been on the market and nobody wants it. I guess that kind of indicates why he went down in price from $29 million to $15 million. This just in, ladies and gentlemen, looks like the Los Angeles Lakers beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 108-102 in overtime. And as expected, Anthony Davis, this whole episode has been pretty much about Anthony Davis, and as expected, he finished with 24 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists. Him and Dennis Schroeder ended the game on a go-ahead bucket on a give and go. As I stated, Anthony Davis is going to take the Lakers to the promised land. People have been talking about him, what they call Anthony Street Clothes Davis. People have been talking bad about him. Everybody recognizes his talent, but it's just this injury thing. So I think if he gets 2 chips, automatic Hall of Fame. If he gets 2 chips. But if he can come through in a year where LeBron James was hurt for at least a month's worth of time, and all the uncertainty around the Los Angeles Lakers with all the trades, but Russell Westbrook leaving, going to the Clippers, getting all these new pieces. As far as the new pieces go, Hachimura had 12 points, 2 rebounds coming off the bench. D'Angelo Russell, I was calling him DeAndre Russell earlier. Excuse me for that. D'Angelo Russell, he actually had a horrible game. He was 1 for 9, had 2 points. Had 8 assists, though. LeBron James, of course, always solid, had 30 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. He was 3 for 6, 3-point shooting, 12 from 29 on the field, 46 minutes, most minutes on the team. Can he keep that up for the rest of the playoffs? I guess we shall see. But they are now the 7th seed. And in another game, let's see here, what was the other game last night? The other game was, the Atlanta Hawks versus the Miami Heat. And the Atlanta Hawks beat the Miami Heat 116-105. I think most would consider that as an upset. What is the Jimmy Butler experience down in Miami? Has that been a complete failure? I remember at one point people were trying to put him up there with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and LeBron James. I think we kind of put that to rest. Tonight's games, we have the Bulls versus Raptors. Then we have Thunder versus the Pelicans. Let's see if Zion Williamson plays in that game, as we were talking before. I'm kind of excited to see that Bulls versus Raptors. I just have a feeling the Bulls are going to pull it off. What do you guys think? I think that's going to be a very exciting series. So we'll have to wait to see what happens later on tonight. Big shout out to the UConn Huskies. Their 5th national championship. Who would have thought way back when George Tate was there? And that's when they first got some exposure, when they just barely lost to Christian Laettner and Duke Blue Devils. Who would have ever thought they had 5 national champions? Are they now a blue blood school? Are they considered one of those blue blood, blue chip? Are they in that fraternity with Duke, Kentucky, Kansas? Are they that team that joined them? And also, is this the best UConn team ever? I need some answers down there in the comments section. They had a lot of firepower on this team. The only thing I can say is the 3-point shooting on this team was crazy. They had about 3-4 dudes that could shoot from long range, had no fear shooting a 3-point shot. So I would have to dissect that a little more, because that would be disrespecting those older teams, the Ray Allen teams, or the Roshmel Jones and the Emeka Okafor teams, or the Ben Gordon teams, or the any of those, the Richard Hamilton teams with Roshmel Jones. It'd be disrespecting them, but the offensive firepower, I think I will say, the second best UConn team I ever saw didn't win a championship as far as the offensive firepower. That was that team that lost to George Mason in the Final Four. Outside of that, I think this team might be the best offensive team. Not going to say the best defensive. This team might be the deepest and the best offensively equipped team of all time in UConn. Let me know your thoughts. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. This is KJ, the Sports Guru, signing off. You will be seeing me a lot more. I'm going to put this on the podcast as well. I'll be sharing that with everybody. Please check it out. It's on Anchor FM. I'll leave the link down below, guys. Go check that out. I'm about to bring out the podcast to the podcast. I like a PK. But anyway, once again, this is KJ, the Sports Guru. Hope you guys had a good time. Once again, blah, 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 blah. Have a great evening, guys. Peace.